मेरे को कुछ हो जाता, मेरी फैमिली क्या करती मतलब मेरे बाद।
इतने मेडल्स दिए और इतना देश को सम्मान दिया, उसके बाद हमारे साथ इतना बुरा व्यवहार किया।
The protest by wrestlers seeking action against Wrestling Federation of India Chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has been going on for more than a month now. While most people are feeling outraged watching these protests, there are often these questions and suggestions that are thrown at them. Why can't you wait for the investigations to get over?
जांच पूरी होने दीजिए, जांच पूरी होने दीजिए, जांच पूरी होने दीजिए।
The government did act promptly. They filed an FIR.
FIR is filed by the Delhi police. The matter has gone to the Supreme Court. The matter has gone to the High Court. The Delhi police have promptly seized the matter. They're investigating.
Where is the proof? Where is the proof? What is the need to politicize these protests?
The nation stands with the wrestlers. But over the past 1 month, this has become too openly political.
And the most alarming demand of them all has come from Brij Bhushan himself and Ayodhya Mahants that the POCSO Act should be amended.
आज हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से इस कानून का दुरुपयोग हो रहा है।
So let's look at all these questions, suggestions and demands and see how problematic each one of them are. So there are two FIRs against Brij Bhushan Singh. One is under Section 10 of the POCSO Act, which is aggravated sexual assault on a minor. Now this act says that if a person commits the crime of aggravated sexual assault on a minor, he or she is liable to get a punishment of imprisonment not less than 5 years but which can extend to 7 years. This is a non-bailable offence. In India, there are guidelines when it comes to bail and arrest procedures. After the Arnesh Kumar case, the Supreme Court set down certain guidelines which are called the Arnesh Kumar guidelines. These guidelines say that arrest is not mandatory if the offence is for 7 years or less. In this case, Brij Bhushan Singh does have some protection against arrest. But remember, he is charged under Section 10 of the POCSO Act, which is a serious offence. So while the Supreme Court has left the arrest to the discretion of a police officer, the norm in India is to arrest if a person is charged under a serious offence. And Section 10 is not the only one. Brij Bhushan Singh has also been charged under stalking, sexual harassment and outraging the modesty of a woman. Brij Bhushan Singh has appeared before the police. He was questioned but he was not arrested, and we have to assume that this was the discretion of the officer. Now the question to ask here is, police normally arrest people who are charged under serious offences. So why was the same not done to Brij Bhushan Singh? That's not all. He is influential on all counts. All these wrestlers and the complainants have said that they are facing all kinds of threats, including death threats. So was this not ground enough to arrest Brij Bhushan Singh because he could have tampered with the case and evidences? But no arrest, so that's the discretion of the police officer. Now to the next point. The government acted promptly and it registered an FIR. That is an outright lie. The first time the wrestlers sat on protest was between January 18 to January 21st. At that time, they met Sports Minister Anurag Thakur, Indian Olympic Association President P.T. Usha and others. The government then promised that an oversight committee would be formed, and it was done. The committee was headed by Mary Kom. The protest ended, but the protesters said that they object to one member in the committee and they said it will be a biased committee. On April 8th, there was a shocker. Sports Star published an interview with one of the committee members who said that he or she has signed on the committee report stating their objections to it. This committee member in fact told Sportstar that documents submitted by the witnesses and by the Wrestling Federation were not given to the members of the committee. None of the statements were signed by the witnesses or the committee members, and the witness statements were not cross-checked. On April 23rd, the wrestlers returned back to Jantar Mantar and started their protest again. They asked the Delhi police a question. A complaint had been lodged by 7 people against Brij Bhushan Singh at the Connaught police station. Even then, why had an FIR not been lodged? The radio silence from the police continued till April 25th. That's when the Supreme Court stepped in. The Supreme Court asked the Delhi police to file an FIR, and finally, 2 FIRs were lodged against Brij Bhushan Singh. So if anybody ever tells you this,
Delhi police have promptly seized the matter. They're investigating.
you know what to reply. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? This is the question asked to all women who accuse people of sexual assault, harassment or abuse no matter who these women are, no matter what their age is and where they come from. What do people expect? That women will wear body cameras over them and they will record each time someone assaults them? The onus is not on the wrestlers to provide proof. The onus is on the police to find proof. And remember, it's not just one or two, but 7 women have come forward to file these complaints. And look at the power equations here. He is a 6-time member of parliament. He controls their association. He can make or break their careers. Despite all these risks, these women have come forward and filed complaints. Now it is up to the police to use every tool under their disposal to corroborate these statements made by the complainants, find location details, find witnesses. This is the job of the police. Now to the question that I find the most hilarious. Why politicize protests? Brij Bhushan Singh himself is a politician who's been heading WFI since 2011. BCCI Secretary is Jay Shah. Of course, Amit Shah's son is not exactly a politician, but BCCI has been headed by politicians like Sharad Pawar, Rajiv Shukla and Anurag Thakur. Badminton Association of India President is Himanta Biswa. The Football Association President is BJP's Kalyan Chaubey. You see the irony, right? Every single sports body in India is headed by a politician. All political parties want to control or have been controlling all sports bodies. But hey, why politicize protests? Also, what exactly a political party is supposed to do? Fight for rights of aliens on Mars? Political parties have to speak on behalf of people, of humans. Didn't the BJP protest during Nirbhaya? And the person we are talking about here is Brij Bhushan Singh, 6-time member of parliament who is powerful in Uttar Pradesh and the BJP. And remember, the fact that he is being protected is itself political. I don't report from Uttar Pradesh, so I suggest you read these 3 stories to understand Brij Bhushan Singh better. Basant Kumar writes in the News Laundry that Brij Bhushan has reportedly been acquitted in 30 criminal cases and has more against him. Apparently, Brij Bhushan calls himself the Bahubali who's not afraid of going to jail. And it seems he has once admitted on camera of murdering a person. Aditya Menon writes in The Quint that Brij Bhushan has influence in 5 Lok Sabha seats, out of which BJP has 4. The BJP is actually scared that Brij Bhushan may move to the Samajwadi Party. In fact, in 2009, he had moved to the Samajwadi Party, this despite him being associated with the Ram Janmabhoomi movement and Babri demolition. This story on The Print says that Brij Bhushan is a history cheater, and in the mid-1990s, he has spent several months in the Tihar jail as he was accused of helping Dawood Ibrahim's associates. So when a young group of wrestlers is taking on such a powerful politician, they are the underdogs, the ones with everything to lose. And they will need support from civic society, from the public and from politicians. Now to the final and the most alarming demand that has come up during this entire saga. Brij Bhushan and his supporters, Mahants from Ayodhya, who have been demanding that the POCSO Act should be amended. Some of these Mahants who spoke to the media said that there are sub-clauses in the POCSO Act which makes staring, looking or even touching be construed as a criminal act. In fact, these Mahants said that if a seer or a godman goes on to bless a child and touches their head, that can be misconstrued as an act of sexual harassment. Brij Bhushan too has been claiming that the POCSO Act is being misused. First thing, the POCSO Act does mention gestures, words, etc., but that is in relation to sexual harassment and the presence of sexual intent is necessary. Sexual offences on minors are often committed by people who are known to them, like a close family member or someone in authority like a school teacher or a school principal, and minors find it difficult to complain. POCSO has given them an option to complain, which is why reporting of such crimes has increased in India. A touch or a gesture with a sexual intent is part of sexual grooming or sexual harassment, which is why the Act mentions it. It took many years of struggle for such a law to come into force in India, and now a man like Brij Bhushan, who has been accused of sexual harassment, is making a demand that the law itself should be amended. This is downright shameful and dangerous. Many child rights activists say that POCSO Act does require some amendments, but these amendments are to further protect rights, not to ensure that a person who is accused of a crime can get away. Brij Bhushan may be guilty or not guilty, but the responses from the government till today has not given confidence to anyone. And this kind of a signal from a government that intends to bachao betis is not just surprising, but it is shocking. So that's it from me on this week's No Filter with Dhanya Rajendran. Do join next week for a new episode. Meanwhile, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember, independent websites like the News Minute do need your support, so become a member of the News Minute. Thank you.